We're glad you're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business, where our goal is to see you succeed. Our expert is David Miner of Pure Flow. Thank you so much for being on our show.
Thank you for having me, Kathy.
It's always nice to see you.
Always a pleasure.
We want to tackle the issue of value addition because this is what Joan is doing with her company. At what point should I consider value addition? And will it cost me money?
Good question. I think there are three major scenarios that I can think of where a business really needs to think about value addition. First is in a scenario of competitiveness. If you're in a very competitive field and you need to set yourself apart, then it's a good idea to think of how to diversify your business, create value for your customers that is different than the value your competitors are creating. Competitiveness is a good reason to value add. I think another scenario is when you need to diversify, and create alternative incomes, because if you only have one or two products, that puts your business at risk. If they don't do well, then your business doesn't do well. But if you have other services that you provide in addition to the core services that you have or products, then your customers, one, are happy because you give them a very complete and well-rounded solution. But two, it gives you other revenue streams and you're able to protect your business in terms of its performance in very difficult times.
What about the cost of it? I mean, if I want to add value to my clients, I mean, there's always a cost.
Yes.
What should I do with that?
I think as you explore these options, a business always has to look at sustainability and viability. And even as you're looking at diversifying, it's because of sustainability. So you'll have to take it through the normal processes of checking to see if these new services are affordable for your business to set up. Do you have the finances to do that? What is the return on investment of this investment that you're going to put in to create new products or services that are the value addition to your customers? And there usually will be a cost. Sometimes, though, we need to be a bit more pragmatic. I find sometimes we're very textbook-ish in how we approach development of new services and products.
Because it's fear, as you might.
That's true. But then when you have experience in a business, you're in a very good position to create value addition through internal resources. Three areas. One, your staff. They've got great ideas. They know what the customers complain about. They also know what's possible. Two, yourself as an entrepreneur. If you look at your business, you can see some of the resources that you have access to that don't cost you a lot that you can use to create value addition. And the third one, obviously, is seeing what else has worked. Who else has succeeded in doing something similar in a very cost-effective way.
One of the things, or one of the frustrations Joan talked to us about was trust and capital, human capital, being a frustration for her. Would that have led to the issue of value addition, or for anybody else? Do our frustrations really lead us to add value into our services that we offer our clients?
And that's an excellent point, Kathy, and I think you're most likely right in that for entrepreneurs, the things that we find as challenges, depending on how we look at them, are actually opportunities. And I think you're right, that's what Joan probably did. She found that people didn't trust her as a real estate agent. She was having challenges getting the right quality of personnel to work for her. And so she thought, if I create value addition, then they will see that I care for their business. And once they notice that I care for their business, then they trust me more. And I think most businesses do need to consider that today as a key strategy. Do show your customers that you care for them, that the things that they're concerned about are the solutions that you provide. And therein lies the business opportunity.
Should I charge for those extra services that I'm offering my clients?
Some, I agree. I think some should be charged for because, again, a business is not a non-profit organization and it should charge for services it provides. But where the cost is minimal to yourself to create an opportunity to serve your customer better, sometimes it's good to give your customers services at no charge. So I think a business can assess which ones can I give at not a huge cost to myself for free, and which ones will cost me quite a bit, but are going to be such great value to the customer that I should charge for them.
Can you give us an example? What should I consider when I'm thinking about value addition to my services or goods?
One is competitiveness. I think I mentioned that earlier.
Yes,
sustainability, that you need to make sure your business is sustainable, but also market leadership. It's very important that you get to a place where you decide, if I'm going to be a market leader, what makes me stand out from the crowd? Why would people come to me as opposed to the others? And why will that strategy be sustainable? So that's a great place to value add and to see that you're really ahead of the pack by thinking ahead of what the customer actually requires. The last thing that an entrepreneur needs to consider is that in the pricing of their value-added service and products, they should be only a fraction of the core product or service, so that the buyer is able to just simply make a decision to add on to what they were originally going to spend for the core product, so that the value addition is an easy decision to make.
Thank you so much, David. As always, every information that you share with us really does take us to the next level. We're very enriched and empowered with the knowledge that you do provide.
Thank you for having me, Kathy. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you for watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Have a blessed week.